Democrats and Republicans have found some common ground when it comes to immigration reform. A deal to overhaul the country's immigration system. It's moving forward. Mike Emanuel tells us where things stand and what's next.
With much of Washington buzzing about a possible immigration reform deal, Florida Republican Marco Rubio said Sunday that's premature. Today, another leading Republican suggested he's taking a wait-and-see approach.
We've got 8 senators working on it. They've agreed to 4 talking points, and they have to take those talking points to complex legislation.
With labor and business groups announcing over the weekend they've reached agreement on a guest worker program for low-skilled immigrants, a leading Democrat sounded eager Sunday to declare victory.
Every major policy issue has been resolved on the Gang of 8. Now, we've all agreed that we're not going to come to a final agreement until we see draft legislative language, and we agree on that.
For many Republicans, there is one critical component to getting this done.
There still is a real issue with border security, and 8 guys in a room saying the border is going to be secure is not enough. For 27 years, they've not been able to secure the border. If that can be done, then I think you'll find strong support for it.
And lawmakers are pressing Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano to come up with a minimum standard for border security, though she said other aspects of immigration reform should not be contingent on securing the border.
Relying on one thing as a so-called trigger is not the way to go. There needs to be certainty in the bill so that people know when they can legalize and then when the pathway to citizenship, earned citizenship, would open up.
President Obama told Univision he didn't want to put off a pathway to citizenship for border security.
It's never going to be 110% perfect, but what we can do is continue to improve it and at the same time provide a clear pathway for those who are already here and who've invested their lives here, many of them with American-born children.
A House Republican involved in immigration talks questions Mr. Obama's commitment and says without security, reform dies.
We have to have border security. The United States has to be able to determine who comes in and who leaves. It's a national security issue. It's also an issue that affects our economy. I don't know what motivates the president. It's pretty clear that he's trying to torpedo this deal.
Rubio has called for an open process, meaning hearings and amendments to get buy-in from other senators. GOP leaders say if Democrats try to rush it, that is a sign they're trying to kill it. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.